Hey, just a quick recording because this is the 999 portal. Feels pretty important. I was talking to Ben Smith of the Inner Journey School. There's a community meeting every other Tuesday. And I was asking him for some tips because he makes great videos. I'll put a link below. Um, and he basically was just like, talk to the camera as if it's you or as if it's a friend. And okay, I can do that. Um, the 999 portal it's all about endings and getting ready for new beginnings. So imagine that you've decided to sell your house and you're all packed up, you're all ready to go, you're about to hand the keys over to somebody else, and you're on that threshold. So we are in a threshold between the 999 and then starting over into a new beginning. So everything's going to feel heightened. Things are going to come to a close, and new things aren't quite ready to start yet, but you'll already see the beginning of them in the peripheral. So this is a time to wrap things up. Start thinking about what you'd like to create next. And what I'd like to create next is some videos where I actually show my face. Hi. Um, and I'd like to be real. I was also talking about how, I don't want to create a problem by presenting a solution. And I just want to show up and be authentic and be very real. The messy stuff. And I realized that I'd been hiding. So I guess this video is as much a declaration of saying hi and actually showing myself as it is an ending. Perhaps an ending of hiding. So I'm not really sure what this is going to look like going forward, but I like doing this. I like talking to a friend and talking to you and talking to me. This silence, and that was my phone, because yes, I have a phone. Let me put it on silent. Kind of ironic. This silence that I just did, you'll see people do that sometimes, especially if you're comfortable with who you are. This isn't scripted, obviously, but it's basically checking within, taking a moment to see what rises, what comes forward to be said. I was just checking in to see what was coming forward to be said. And so I think with this reality, this being true to you and to myself, I'll set some ground rules. I don't want to be clipped together, so I'm not going to edit things out. I might do some post-processing for volume, but I'm not going to clip things. So this is just the real life happening. And I think that's what people deserve. I think that's what they want, the authenticity of the real. It's messy. Everybody's life is messy. It's not just pretty. And what I was going to say before was, I think I've been hiding. It's really tempting to just get into a happy place yourself and then stay there and make all kinds of excuses as to why you're not putting yourself out there, why you're not offering what it is you have to give this lifetime, this world, this me. And I think that's what I've been doing. Yeah. Bashar, I'll put some links in the description. I love Bashar's stuff, his work. It's so good. But he had a thing that hit hard yesterday. I was like, really? You're going to hit me with that? But he said false humility. One of the biggest selfish things that you could do. I was like, well, shit. Really? And I think, I don't even know if it counts as false humility, but I've basically just been saying I don't have things that people need. I don't, but I do. I've got a lot of gifts, a lot of psychic intuitive gifts. And so, yeah, I don't think I can hide anymore. Name dropping all over the place. But that's, yeah, another thing Ben Smith, name drop, said was be real as far as life's lessons are happening constantly. I mean, if you're awake and you're aware and you're present to your situation, what's going on with you, you are learning constantly. And that was a learning. It was such a big learning. Alan Watts had this great quote yesterday. Put another link in the description. Is basically talking about that every being is two sides. The side that gives and the side, there's another side of you that receives on the other end. That I'm not just a single person. That's there's people out there who are in a space to see whatever this is. So yeah, I think this is a long, rambly declaration. I don't know what will follow, but in these daily learnings, I'm constantly. There was one a few days ago about how logic can always tear down wonder, and then you need to protect your wonder. This came up for me in regard to synchronicity, and in regard to reality creation. I'd had a misunderstanding with somebody at night the day before, and then a whole bunch of stuff happened the next day that was just went kind of slightly sideways, if you know what that means. And I had mentioned that I think I started it. I think I started it by having an argument before going to sleep. And the person I was talking to was like, oh, that's just a coincidence. Causality is, correlation is not causality necessarily. It was like, what's synchronicity? And yeah, it might not be, but I feel that it is. And he had said, well, it just makes you feel like you have control over the situation. I'm like, not really. I mean, I guess. But to see the pattern, which I do believe is a truth, is important. And that seeing that pattern was wonder for me. I was like, nope. I see your logic, and I step aside, because logic and wonder live in different worlds. Logic is the material world, and wonder is the spiritual, and they don't play well together. So I was going to do a talk on that. Are these things wanted and necessary, needed? Does it make sense? I don't know, but it'll be out there. where at least it can be found if it needs to be. So I guess I will go with that. Oh, and by the way, I'm so close because I'm eating the microphone. And the camera is here, so I will probably figure something out that's a little bit less in your face. um, but yeah, so here's to endings and new beginnings, and that's all from me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.